So right now it's quite bright outside, but for some reason it's quite dark in this room. And I mean, I'm looking now and it looks like I'm wearing eyeliner, and I could assure you not. And do you know, I've actually cut my tongue. I woke up this morning and I was so eager to stuff my mouth with food. I bit my tongue, and I bit it so much that it's actually gone through the tongue. It's bleeding, and I put Bonjela on it thinking it would help. But it turns out Bonjela stings a lot, so don't do it. But what I wanted to talk to you about was buses. Buses in general. I try and avoid public transport whenever I can. Tubes, trains, subways, all of it. It's always smelly. But I was coming home and I couldn't avoid it, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it. So I got on the bus and I paid my money. I sat at the back and I sat opposite this guy who was about 55, and he was asleep. So I thought, you're not going to cause me any trouble. This is going to be quite a good journey. And 5 minutes into the journey, he wakes up. Then he starts coughing, and when I say coughing, I don't mean I could hear him. I mean, oh my god, coughing into my face, spit on these cheeks right here. And it was quite shocking, actually. I had enough of his DNA deposited onto my face to create a bloody life-size human replica of him. And I thought, okay, well, you're an old man. I was going to have a shower when I get home. I don't need to now. Let's think of the positives here. So I dealt with it. I moved on. I got over it. And he got off the bus, and then this guy sat next to me, literally right next to me. And he was on the phone, and I thought, great, this is interesting. I can listen to your conversation and be exceptionally nosy. And then he started picking his nose. And when I say picking his nose, I don't mean like a general scratch of the nose there. I mean, actually, he was in there excavating the cave. He was literally trying to dig for gold. And it was really, really bizarre. Where it was like seeing someone poo. And so I gave him a look. I gave him a really, are you going to do this in public? That's not really what we do kind of look. I communicated this all with the eyes. And he didn't get it. He couldn't understand my eye language. And he just smiled, thinking it was funny, and carried on picking his nose. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've heard picking your nose is good for you. So, I mean, if you really want to pick your nose, you know, if you want to do it, if that's your thing, go for it. It's apparently got health benefits, so knock yourself out, go wild. But don't do it around me, because that's a bit, you know, like I said, it's literally like seeing someone go to the poo. I don't know if it's just a UK phenomenon, but in the UK, kids, teenagers seem to think that it's a really good idea to share their music with everyone else. So they'll play their music, and they may have forgotten their headphones, or they may just decide that everyone else will like the sound of their music. And I mean, if it was good music, if it was Imogen Heap I was listening to, or Jack Johnson, or someone cool like that, I'd be bopping away, I'd be getting into my groove thing. But it's never someone cool, it's always something like boom, 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 boom. And I mean, I'm not going to say anything because they're usually very scary teenagers, like the sort of teenagers you think have knives because they're very big. There's like 5 of them and they're quite intimidating. So I just look out of the window trying not to make eye contact. It's just annoying. Phenomenon. Is that right? Phenomenon.